Who sets the manifestation rules? Who sets them? Who says what we can and can't do? There are no rules when it comes to manifestation, and so you'll get coaches saying you must do it like this, you must do it like that, you mustn't do this, you must do that. It's not true. There's nothing that you must do or mustn't do. It's you set your own manifestation rules. So if you say, I cannot manifest with any attachment at all, then you won't manifest when you have attachment. If you say, if I let go, I never get what I want, then when you let go, you'll never get what you want, because what you're doing is setting your own rule. So to me, there are no rules. And I do see videos where people say coaches are lying to you when they say this or when they say that. Nobody is lying to you. Everybody is talking to you. I assume everybody is talking to you from their own point of view. And my point of view is this: I create the rules, and it doesn't matter what that rule is. If I believe it to be true, then it is true for me in my reality. So if I was to say I can manifest without feeling any emotion, for example, then I would manifest without feeling any emotion. Again, this is my belief. I truly believe this, because people say to me, but you have to clear old assumptions or old beliefs before you can manifest new. And I haven't found that to be the case, because I fully believe that when I want something and I focus on it and I push all other possibilities to the side, I know they're there. I don't resist other possibilities. I know that they are there and I'm fully aware of them, but I bring myself to what I want, regardless of circumstances, regardless of what somebody has said to me that would say really that you shouldn't have that. Regardless of all of that, I'm not worried about all of that. I'm just not worried about it. So I bring myself to what I want, and then I've had that happen over and over again with old assumptions, with old beliefs. Now, what happens with me is, as soon as I get it, I know that all of that old stuff is gone, because I see this as a completely new reality. So I see it as irrelevant. So I haven't had to wipe it out. It's gone naturally because I have shifted. Now, I can only talk about my own experiences, and that is how it's worked for me. Every time I have brought myself to the outcome and gone, no, this is what I want, and that's that. That is what I want. And I really feel the momentum behind that. And it is like a runaway train, like I've described before. I can feel it within, its power, its momentum. It's happened. Sometimes really, really fast, sometimes not quite so fast, but it has happened. And I am now at a point where my mind pretty much believes it, as well as my subconscious. So as well as getting that feeling that it's going to happen, my mind tells me it's going to happen as well. And that has happened very, very recently. I would say within the last few months it's started to happen. I've noticed it more and more. So if you set yourself a rule, that will be your rule. If you say, I manifest things and then I don't see them for years, that's your rule. Because you feel it, you say it, and you're saying it with conviction to yourself. Again, I can only say this is my belief. I don't know, do I? I don't 100% know. But my belief is this: if I set a rule, then that's what's going to happen for me. So if I say, I need to be completely detached in order to manifest, otherwise I never manifest, then I will need to be completely detached in order to manifest. Because when we say these things, we do say them with conviction. So what we're doing, in my opinion, is we are giving our subconscious a very clear instruction. When this happens, make sure this happens. When this happens, make sure this doesn't happen. That's the way that I look at it. So if you say I have a client that manifests amazingly with affirmations, always has done. So she doesn't even like the fact that she does that sometimes, because she feels like she manifests with affirmations and then she hasn't cleared anything. So she drops back into the same old. But again, as she would say, the same, yes, but that is what I've told myself, that I affirm and I get it, and then all the old stuff comes back and I lose it again. And that happens every single time. And as I said to her, that's the rule that you've set. If you had a rule that every time I affirm, I get exactly what I want and I keep it, but you felt it, you have to say it with conviction and you have to believe it. You know, you do have to believe those things that you say. And you believe it through practice, really, through keep telling yourself something different, talking to yourself differently, because it's not in the words that you say, it's in your feeling about the words that you say. So you could say affirmations over and over and over, but if you felt the opposite, you'd get the opposite. But again, maybe that is just a rule, isn't it? If I'm saying that that's a rule, then that's a rule that I have set in my own life. That I could affirm and affirm, but if I'm feeling the opposite, I'm going to get the opposite. Well, what if I set a rule that said I can affirm and affirm, and if I'm feeling the opposite, I still get what I affirm? Possibly, yes. Because that is going along with what I'm saying, isn't it? So let's bring it back to this. I believe that whatever rules we set for ourselves are how we see reality unfold, how we manifest or don't manifest. Because I've spoken to other manifestation coaches who would categorically say to me that you have to wipe out old beliefs. There's no point in manifesting a person, for example, whilst you still have these old things going on. So I would have to disagree with that. When if I was purposely manifesting a person, I would know that none of that would matter. Then again, I have had situations where there's been people in my life that have come back into my life after a long time, and the same thing has happened as might have happened before. But that's because I haven't purposely done it. I haven't brought that person back into my life. I haven't really thought much about it. So yes, those old beliefs and patterns are there because I'm not attempting to do anything different. But I know, for me, that when I make that decision, I have so much conviction that that won't matter, that it doesn't matter. But yes, when haven't done it on purpose, and I haven't looked at that, and it's not been a thing that I've been attempting to do, then yes, I have seen old patterns show up in people because I've expected it. But again, if I was then to go, actually, no, this is what I want and that won't make any difference, and really feel what I did want, then it wouldn't. And again, that's probably the rule that I've set for myself, because all of these little beliefs that we have are in there and they're running as programs over and over and over. They never stop until we stop them. So whatever you decide, so if you set a rule that says I have to live in the end before I can manifest, because you've heard that so many times, so you believe that, and you can't live in the end, then you're just going to think that you cannot manifest what you want because you can't live in the end. But I've never had to live in the end. I've never had to do that. I can tap into the feeling of what it would be like if I had it. But again, that isn't necessary because I've manifested without doing that. So none of it is necessary or not necessary. It's your rules, your way, right? If you don't know anything about me, I'm a manifestation coach, mindset coach, self-concept coach, and an author.